Hey man, welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you again. It's always great to have you. Let's continue this movement. When I was 21 years old, I quit smoking weed and it saved my life. I invite you to watch this video not only if you're struggling with weed, but any type of addiction that is controlling your life. Watching this video will have the exact same impact. I started smoking weed in the last years of high school when I was probably about 17 or 18 years old. Through common peer pressure and curiosity, it quickly took over our friend group. We had a pretty large friend group and we would be outside a lot, smoking more and more and more. Eventually, even through school and in between classes, my relationships with my parents took a big hit. My school career, which my parents were also very interested in, went completely downhill. I finished way below my potential. Eventually finishing my high school career and going to study in a city close to where we lived, me together with one of my best friends. We entered the study, we were smoking a lot. And I remember the director of the school coming to us and saying, "One of you is not going to make it." And I remember laughing and kind of looking at my friend and being like, "Man, yeah, that's not us. We're going to make it." And of course, I didn't. I was completely disinterested, disaligned with myself, with my ambitions. I simply didn't care about anything. But deep down, there was something that cared a lot, like a fire inside of me that was never going out really. But smoking enough would suppress it. It would create a certain contentment, happiness, even though shit wasn't going well for me. Relationships, socially, I had a lot of anxiety. Energy-wise, it wasn't going well with me, but the contentment would always be there as long as I smoked. The friend group was very close, and this is probably one of the main things that, pulled me through and had me continue this lifestyle. That as long as I had those friends, that connection, and had weed, everything was okay. But when I failed that study and moved to a city a bit further from my group, my friend group, went to live by myself with two other guys. In all this freedom and independence, I started smoking even more. And it became something else. There was more isolation involved now. And then things got really bad. I was clearly unhappy. I started playing also video games, adding just another emotional blanket, right? Another distraction from the pain that was still there. This fire that was not finding a way into my life, constantly creating tension between what I was doing or what I was not doing, and that fire always being there telling me that I should get serious. And when I did not finish that study as well, my rock bottom moment, I had to tell my parents again I failed, and at that point I just kind of broke down and felt a sort of something in myself that felt very loving, saying, "Why am I doing this to myself?" So at that point I decided to quit weed, and being the first one in the whole friend group, I was very scared, very afraid to lose them. And it was a very tough decision that I did finally make. I did not lose the friends that I cared about. It actually set something in motion within the group. Apparently I was not the only one with these struggles. And from that point on, I saw my life change in front of my eyes. So whereas before I was constantly disconnected with myself, I wasn't expressing myself socially, energetically. I wasn't in alignment with myself at all. And you can only afford to do that for so long, man, until it catches up with you. This kind of contentment with doing nothing, you can only do that for so long, man. This emotional blanket, not having to look at all the shit that's going on under the surface, pushing it to the side using weed, Also, this you can only do for so long until it catches up with you. And as I quit, I saw how my natural energy, curiosity, my social skills that were always there, suppressed deep down under the surface, just came out in front of me. And I started enjoying that so much that it didn't take long for me to accept the fact that I was never going to smoke weed again. The positives that I could observe change in my life right in front of my eyes far outweighed the contentment and the comfort that weed offered me. And I could not imagine that when I was still smoking weed. It felt almost like an impossible task to quit smoking weed. And that idea can only change once you step into that other end. Once you allow yourself to see how you are and what you actually are without weed, authentically sober. I saw this natural ambition, this fire gaining more space, and I allowed it to express itself in my life. And man, I became happy, I became energetic, I built beautiful relationships, connections, I was present. And when I look back at that period, I don't look back at it with regret, because everything that I experienced has brought me to this point. But it is definitely interesting to see when I review that period where I smoked weed. It is like a blackout. And I know I had a lot of fun in that blackout, but I don't know what happened. I don't know how I grew, what changed, what I learned. I just know it was nice, comfortable. And so I am not saying that weed for everyone is purely negative. I am saying that for the majority, weed is not gonna give you the life that you truly want to live. The majority of men have something they want to give to the world. They have something they want to build. And weed is like an adversity to that very thing. I'm sharing this video on this channel because if you are struggling with weed, I just want to let you know that you truly have no idea what positives are waiting for you once you stop with weed, and that the idea you have about what it gives to you is an illusion, is a pure illusion, and that this will all change in the process of you seeing your life change in front of your eyes. And I would want to say this to every man who has that fire inside of them. If you are currently smoking weed or any other addiction that is controlling your life, whether it be video games or porn or something compulsive that you're doing every day that is controlling your life, it is all the same thing. You think that it is offering you something, but it is giving you nothing. It is all an illusion. And you can only see that once you stop doing it. Any addiction like this, any addiction in general, is a pattern of self-rejection followed by not wanting to feel that self-rejection and therefore doing that same thing again. So you reject yourself for drinking alcohol again, smoking weed again, playing video games all day again. And then you don't want to feel this self-rejection. And so you do the thing again. And this is a loop, which we call an addiction. And therefore it is not providing you anything of value. It is just keeping you busy, distracting you from what is important and what inside you wants to express itself to the world. So I would like to inspire you to listen to that caring, loving voice that is inside you. And it is inside you. To listen to that and to stop the loop. Stop the cycle that is clearly not giving you what you need. And I promise you that once you find the courage to do this, it is seeing your life change for the better that will make you not want to go back to that old life again. If you struggle with this, I'm here for you. You can reach out to me via the email I list below in the description. And I simply wish you all the strength and love that you need on this journey. That's it. I'll see you in the next video.